Good evening, everybody. So, it's nice to have you all here. So, I hope you're all well. And tonight we're going to have another class like the ones that have gone before. I hope you have fun, and let's see how it goes. So, this first one, we have an idiom. I do not have the authority to change this. There is nothing I can do. Good evening, beauty. My uh I don't have the power to change this. Good evening, Om. Good evening, Kira. Okay, there's nothing I can do. I don't have the authority to change this. Good evening, Lizzie. So, I don't have the authority to change this. There's nothing I can do. My Oh, so not tight, Count Beauty. They are. What do you do with a piece of string to make a knot? My hands are not tight. What do you do with two pieces of string? Ah, so good evening, Charlotte. Good evening, Rashmin Prava. So abilities are limited. So not tight. It's not tight. Tight means yes, but I can't move them. Good evening, Kurama. So not tight. Good evening, Jani. Hands are bound. Bound would do. Give me another word for bound, Han. Give me another word for bound. Bound with a piece of string. My hands are. I can't move them because there's rope round them. My hands are. Thank you, Lolly. That's the word I was looking for. My hands. Whoops, my hands are tied. Yeah, my hands are tied. Hi there, Lavinia. And so my working areas are constrained. Exactly, Om. If my hands are tied, there's nothing I can do. I must act according to the law. My hands are tied. Good evening, Latter. So, knotted. If my hands were knotted, they'd be knotted together. They're tied. You tie somebody's hands. Bound means tied. It has other meanings as well. Constrained is the word. Yes, that's a good one, Jammy. Okay. So, good evening, Diego. My hands are tied. I don't have the authority to do this. Yeah? It's something very often the boss says. I'm sorry, I can't give you a pay rise. My hands are tied. I don't have the authority to do it. They won't let me do it. So, let's try the next one then. Let's try the next one. So, in this, my hands are not tied. I have free rein. So, the next one says, let's stop working now. Good evening, English vibes. So let's stop working now. Let's stop working now. Let's call working area. My scope. It's beyond my scope, It's beyond my job description. Bound can be helpless, yes, as well. So well done, Lolly. Call it a day. Well done, Count Beauty. Well done, Han. To call off, Lavinia, means to cancel. Yeah? So you call it a day. Yeah? Let's call. Well done, English. Well done, Rasmip. Well done, call it a day. Well done, Latter. That's it, Diego. Not call it off, you call it a day. Yeah? Call it a day. Let's call it a day. So let's finish for now. Let's call it a day. To call something off means to cancel it. Yeah? So the football match was called off because of the rain. the lesson was called off because there was no free classroom to give it in. Yeah, if you call something off, it's programmed, and then you call it off. Let's call it a day. A day, Lavinia. Let's pause for now. It means let's pause and we can start again tomorrow. Yeah, let's not go on with this now. Yeah, let's call it a day. I don't think you would even say this before lunch. You'd say it when you're going to finish and come back another day. Good evening, Hoika. So, Hoika, yeah, I did get it right. So, good evening. Okay, so what about the next one then? You got it exactly right. Oh, I like that. I hadn't thought about that, Akira. You hit the spot, not the ball. Ben, that's what I was thinking of. You hit the nail on the head. You hit the nail. Yeah, I hit the nail. Hit the nail on the head. Divanya, which is your real name. Ha, it's your mum's name. Okay, that's good. So, you hit the nail on the head. Yeah, that's what they say, Count Beauty. A nail has a head. Yeah, hit the nail on the head, exactly, Han. Okay, plumb center, spot on, bullseye. So hit the nail on the head, hit the bullseye, hit the spot works, Andreas. And you started with that, I think, Kira. Hit the spot. Hit the point, no. Hit the bullseye, definitely. Divanya. I'm going to write that down because I'm not going to remember it otherwise. Divanya. Okay, so you got it exactly right. Good evening, Edward Rance. Nice to see you here. And let me paste another one up because it takes a while for it to come through, as my connection is not very good. Secessionist. This means a state that wants to leave the Union. So, I don't know. Maybe Tamil Nadu wants to become an independent country. That would be secessionist. Here in Spain, where I live, the Catalans, the place called Catalonia, are secessionists. They want to leave. Scotland wants to leave the UK. That's secessionist. Hit the nail on the head, Lavinia. Hit the nail on the head. So, yeah, let's try this next one then. We need to buy both bread and cheese. This shop sells both. So we can kill, hit the nail on the head. And hit the spot was quite good as well. Hit the nail on the head. Hit the spot. Okay, so here we go. And Elena's the first one this time. Or is it Juan or Count Beauty? Well, to kill two birds with one stone. Yes, let's see. English Vibes, Ricardo, Ben, Count Beauty, Han. Good evening, Philip Montoya. And Elena, kill two birds with one stone, and that's it, the datum. Two birds in one go. I would say with one stone. You could say in one go, Lizzie. Okay, two birds with a stone, with one stone. You need to define it's one stone. We can kill the stomach. Woof, that would be horrible. Kill the budget, probably. Okay, so let's keep working through these. We're doing quite well. Oh, the next one I quite like. Maybe it's a little bit old-fashioned. Okay, so firstly I've got to put that there. We can kill two birds with one stone. Okay, these two... Fry two birds on one stone. No, kill two birds with one stone. So you have one stone and you throw it. So to kill two birds with one stone, it means to do two things at the same time. Yeah. Um, Maybe you do one journey and you do all the things that um, you want. Okay. Oh, Ben, that's very good. Yeah. Yeah, kill two birds with one stone. Okay. And be fortuitous. So, yes, I love birds as well, but it's the phrase. Good evening, Andy. So these two things are very different. They are like, and we've got lots of right answers here. Ricardo, Ben, Andy, Latta, Count Beauty, they're like chalk and cheese. Helena got this one right. Okay, so when two things are very different, they're like chalk and cheese. One of her sons is very introverted and quiet. The other one's extroverted and always shouting. They're like chalk and cheese. Oil and water. Ooh, I love it. Oil and water, they're very different. Yeah, they don't mix. Two peas in one pod. I like that, Lizzie. Um, Two pigeons with a bean, two birds with one stone. Water and oil, yes, Hoiker as well. Yin and yang. But in English, if two things are very different, we say they're like chalk and cheese. Yeah, chalk's the thing the teacher used. Oh, like day and night. That works as well, Andreas. Okay, so if two things are very different, in English we very often say they're like chalk and cheese. Okay, let's try another one then. We're almost to the end of the ones I've got prepared here. And, whoops, control. Ay, 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 ay. And then it gives me three of them. Okay. Chocolate and cheese. No, chalk. Lavinia, chalk is the white thing that the teacher uses to write on the blackboard. Good evening, Mana. Yeah. Protons and electrons. Yeah. What about quarks then? So chalk. Chalk is the thing, the white thing, that a teacher will use to write on the blackboard. Yeah? Maybe he's got a pen nowadays, but in the past, the teacher always used to use chalk. Yeah, it's a white substance. I think it's something like, I'm not sure, magnesium carbonate, magnesium sulfate. One of you will tell me. Like the French and the English, yeah. Okay, the situation is reversed now. It is on the, yeah, like black and white. That would work as well. So the situation is reversed now. The is on the, oh, I guess fire and ice would work, Divanya. Yeah, I guess that would work as well. Okay, the white substance that we write on the blackboard with, that's chalk, yeah. So the situation is now reversed. The is on the, ooh, there is the electronic blackboard, yes, very, very definitely. Yeah, you see. So, good evening, Funda, nice to see you. Elvis is alive, maybe. Under control. Ha. So the situation is under control. No, let's see. This kid always used to bully me when I was at school, but now I'm his boss, so I can take revenge. The is on the, okay, so you're having difficulty with this. On the other, that's a tip is on the tip is on the toe. When the shit hits the fan, Ben. When the shit hits the fan. The situation is reversed now. I'm in charge and he's my minion, my servant. So the writing is on the wall. No. The writing is on the wall means it's the roles are reversed. That's the meaning of this. The hair, ben, that's very good. Instead of shoe, I would use boot. Very often we say, the ball is on the other side, the ball is in your court. the boot is on the other foot. So he's been kicking me for ages. It's my turn to kick him back. Yeah, I'm in charge now. Okay, the boot is on the other foot. Yeah, the boot is on the other foot. This is the phrase that we use. Okay, so he's been mistreating me, or he's been charging me inflated prices for food, but now he hasn't got any food and I've got loads of food. So I'm going to charge him inflated prices. The boot is on the other foot. The boot is on the other foot. This is the phrase that we use. Okay, guys and girls, time to check. One last one. Last one. Yeah, the ball is in your court is different. It means it's your turn to act. This one, the boot is on the other foot, it's my turn to get revenge. So, last one then. He's very careless. There needs to be an E here. You didn't know that one. The boot's on the other foot. So, let's see, Han. For years, the United States has dominated the world, but I think it's China's turn now, so maybe the boot is on the other foot. Yeah? Careless. That's better. Yeah. And then an elephant in a chimney store. Okay, so an elephant in a tea shop. I think Count Beauty's close up. There we are, Ricardo. Very good indeed. Yeah, he's like a bull in a china shop. A bull in a yes latter. I guess you could say an elephant in a china shop, but more normally in English we say a bull. A bull in a china shop. You can also use in a china shop, yes. He's like a bull in a china shop. Here, china, plates and cups made of china. Yeah? He's like a bull in a china shop. You can also, I was going to say, you can also use this phrase for somebody who is not very tactful. Yeah? This is a situation where we need to be very gentle. Yeah? Yeah, a China product in the global market. No, China. The Europeans used to buy China plates and things made in China. Yeah. Anyway, as I was saying, a bull in a china shop. You can use this for somebody who's not tactful, who's not diplomatic. I think Mr. Trump, when it comes to diplomacy, is a bit like a bull in a china shop. Yeah, he makes people upset. So, P.S. Rajora, very good. So, Han, you say elephant. Yeah, it's perfectly understandable. So, now, let's move on, guys and girls. Okay, so we're going to have a story now. And this story is called The Fox, the Lion, and the Footprints. Indian spices are fantastic. If I can, I buy my spices from India because they are just so much hotter. Shalom, Reynard. A rodent in a cheese shop. That sounds pretty terrible. Okay, so the fox, the lion, and the footprints. So the fox is the one that kills my chickens. The lion is the one in Africa that kills gazelles and things like that. And we've got and the footprints. The footprints, when you walk in the ground, you'll see the shape of your foot, or the shape of a foot. Yeah? And that's a footprint. So, there are two questions really. What was the lion's real objective? And what moral would you give to the story? Okay, so, what was the lion's real objective? And what moral would you give to the story? So, I'm going to read this for you twice. Listen. A lion had grown old and weak. He pretended to be sick which was just a ruse to make the other animals come pay their respects, so he could eat them all up one by one. The fox also came to see the lion, but she greeted him from outside the cave. The lion asked the fox why she didn't come in. The fox replied, "Because I see the footprints of those going in, but none coming out." And the morals I've got here says it's easier to enter the house of a powerful person, but once you are inside, it may already be too late to get out. Oh, your spices are incredible, Divanya. I normally buy nutmeg either from Sri Lanka or from India, and I get it sent. Also the chili powder, because in Europe the spices are really bad quality. So, I read the story once, and the questions are, what was the lion's real objective, and what moral would you give to the story? Listen again, second time around. Vestigia terrent. Okay, that's an interesting one, Mike. Yep, my turn to read again. A lion had grown old and weak. He pretended to be sick, which was just a ruse. Ruse is another word for a trick. Let me write this word, ruse. It's another word for a trick, which was just a ruse to make the other animals come pay their respects, so he could eat them all up one by one. To have a free meal, that sounds pretty good, Ricardo. To have a free meal. The fox also came to see the lion, but she greeted him, "Hello," from outside the cave. The lion asked the fox why she didn't come in. The fox replied, "Because I see the footprints of those going in, but none coming out. It is easy to enter the house of a powerful person, but once you are inside, it may already be too late to get out." As I've written there, ruse, R-U-S-E, ruse. A ruse is a trick, a plan to get, or a trick to get somebody to do something. I'm going to read it one more time because I think it's useful. Let's see. Okay, we got lots of answers now. So, Nora, the moral story. No, Nora. The moral of the story can be: think twice before getting entangled in the ruthless webs of power. I love the sentence, Nora. Fatima, his real objective was to be deceptive and let his food come to him by its own will. O-W-N, by its own will. Renyard, the lion's real objective was to check the fidelity of their subjects, i.e. other animals. Manu, the lion wanted to eat the animals that came to visit it, and it did that. Did not do, Manu. Han, the lion tried to outsmart the other animals, but the fox saw through the cunning plan, because there were only footprints going in and none going out. Ergo, they must have been eaten. I love that, Hatton. That's really good English. The lion wants to make fun of the fox. I think the fox is making fun of the lion. So, Boyka, the lion's real objective was making a trap for the other animals to eat them, because he became older and weak and couldn't chase prey. Prey's normally uncountable anymore. So no S with prey, Boyka. Nesta, his real objective was to eat up the animals that would visit him. Oh, I like that, would, Nesta. Okay, Ricardo, keep your wits about you. I think that's a good moral. Count Beauty, the lion eat. Eat? Come on, you can do better than that, Beauty. The lion eats animals, or ate animals which visited him, but they did not know it and wanted to be friendly. Do not make friendship. Do not become friends. Do not have a friendship with someone who is a mighty evil. I like that mighty evil, Beauty. That sounds quite good. Thank you, Lizzie. Look before you leap. That's a goodie. Okay, so look before you leap. Good evening, Susanta. Doesn't matter. The lion ate animals one by one. Moral: be always alert. Think over. So think things over before doing something. You need what you think over. Think things over before doing something. Kira: a clever person is able to see the deception no matter what the situation obliges the person to do. You just need obliges, you need an object to that, a person. Manner: I toil every day for a better life for my kids. I heaved my car to the nearest gas station because I ran out of gas in the middle of the road. Okay, yes, it's a good example of heave manner. Okay, looks can be deceiving. I like that, Nestor. And Lavinia: the moral of the story is that the lion wants to make fun of the gazelle and eat the gazelle. That would do fine. I like that. I like the gazelle. It's a good example. Well done, Lavinia. And hey, okay, who's next? The lion was emaciated, so he wanted to fill up his stomach. Sans any hard work. I like that, sans, French for without. But yeah, it would work. And Divanye, let's see, what have you got? As I surmise, the hinks is a synonym of ruse. Well, a trap. Let's see, Rizgar. Good evening. Mr. Fox very wisely stayed outside and used his brain. Yeah. And Han: the moral would be better take nothing of your surroundings. Sorry, better take noting of your surroundings and don't be fooled easily. So, I think the moral would be you had better take note of, or it is better to take note of your surroundings. I think one had better take note of one's surroundings, or you had better take note of your surroundings, and don't be fooled too easily. So, that's a pleasure. The lion ordered takeaway. I love it, Lizzie. Yeah, the lion ordered takeaway to be delivered to his door. And moral. Okay, Philip Montoya: the moral is that the wise learn from the other's mistakes. In this case, the fox. That's a good moral. I like it. And Divanye: we should be vigilant because guileful people are everywhere. Guileful. Guile is a noun. Guileful is your adjective. Renyard: the moral is beware vagaries, beware the vagaries of the powerful. Very definitely. Kira: the old lion is wise to minimize his efforts, but a clever fox is able to detect the ruse. You even used a ruse. Thank you, Kira. And Rizgar: not all invitations are free of charge. There's no such thing as a free lunch, Rizgar. Nora: what is the meaning of this phrase, to prey upon? To hunt, to try to catch and kill. So a lion preys upon gazelles, as Lavinia so smartly said. Okay, moral: always be careful and vigilant. That will keep your problems at bay. I like that phrase, keep at bay. Ricardo: evil can lurk under the guise of good. Ooh, that's a really nice phrase, under the guise of good. I like that a lot. And Indian spices are the best. Love my curries and vindaloo. Me too. Okay, lion, Mr. MMA. And Abash, the lion evinced tremendous intelligence, cozened the fox and made a donkey out of it. That's a great start. Moral, besides owing physical power, one should also keep brushing up. One should keep brushing up one's mental powers. I like that, Abash. That's quite advanced. Diego, the line was on a mission to bewilder naive targets with a deceptive appearance. That sounds great. And Boyka, moral, don't trust evils. Don't trust evil people because they don't have real friends, even in their weak status. Evils, no, evils are bad things. You need to say evil peoples. Good evening, Hytham. And Divanye. The moral, we shouldn't judge a book by its cover. That sounds pretty good. English vibes. The lion wanted to lead the fox up the garden path and had set up the lure. This was his objective. The moral of the story is to be vigilant and careful, to steer clear of toxic relationships in life. That's very good, English vibes. This was the lion's aim. Diego, thorny decisions shouldn't be ignored nor underestimated. And 1 second, I'm going to paste the text here because it takes a while to come up, and we're going to run over time for a bit, so let me put that there. And Kira, a wise person. Wise is an adjective, Kira. A wise person, a wise man, a wise woman can outwit another wise person. Am I a teacher by profession as well? Yes, very definitely. I have some various different professions though. So, Divanye, you see I've got it. The wily lion was essaying to Shanghai the fox, but the fox used his intrinsic agile mind to restrain himself from going in. I think the lion is a liar. Absolutely, Lavinia. So do I. And Elena, the fox proved to be the the silliest animal. The fox outfoxed the lion. That's why he's called a fox. And we have this verb to outfox. Okay, so I'm going to read it. A lion had grown old and weak. So firstly, look at this construction. To grow, adjective. To grow old, to grow weak, to grow tired, to grow angry, to grow hungry. Students all the time use the verb become, but native speakers most often use this adjective to grow. The fox saw. The lion was America and the fox was Afghanistan's terrorist groups. The fox is always wise. Kira, for any outlining, there's an outfoxing. I love it. Philip Montoya, always leave footprints for others to learn from your mistakes. Sly animal. That's a good phrase, Elena. And never mind the time. Restrains, please. Restraint, please. As cunning as a fox, definitely, Ben. To grow is like to get. Yes, exactly, Lavinia. That's the point. Use grow adjective. To grow tired. It's growing dark. This project is growing extensive. Pretend, purport. Foxes are always so clever. So, a lion had grown old and weak. He pretended to be sick, which was just a ruse, a trick, a special plan to make other animals come pay their respects so that he could eat them all up. This up just adds emphasis, one by one. The fox also came to see the lion, but she greeted him from outside the cave. So, to greet, to say hello, yeah? I greeted my friends when I met them on the street. So the fox didn't go into the cave. He said hello from outside. The lion asked the fox why she didn't come in. And the fox replied, because I see the footprints of those going in. I see the marks of people going in, but none coming out. It's easy to enter the house of a powerful person, which is true. But once you're inside, it may already be too late to get out. So, pretend purport, that sounds good on. Sprawl is used as grow. Sort of, yeah. Urban sprawl, the city sprawls everywhere. Pretend can be feign, absolutely, Divanya. Okay, so Fatima. Despite the lion being the bad character in the story, I think it shows that you can work smart, not hard. I think the lion's intelligence should be appropriated, should be taken. Okay, that's good, Fatima. Kira, the fox was more clever despite the fact that, despite it not being as old as the lion, despite the fact that it wasn't as old as the lion, despite not being as old as the lion, Kira. Eat up, eat fully, all of them one by one. That's it, English vibes. Huh. In real conversation, I don't think you can use any of these words in real conversation. Maybe very similitude, but I wouldn't use these words in real conversation. I think these words just go far too far into the formal. She greeted the fox, not he. A fox can be he or she. Notice, that's a good question. In these stories, the animals can speak. And if the animals can speak, then we are anthropomorphizing them, making them like people. And therefore you can say he or she. The story says she, but it could be he. Okay, Lavinia, to pretend is like to fake. Exactly, Lavinia. Good evening, Binyam. And confabulation. So, the moral can be from Nora. The repository of folk tales we enjoy having in our culture can make allegorical volumes of how people react or think, especially in the political realm. That's a great sentence, Nora. Fox was clever. Lion was prompt of his power. Never get inside the lion's den. I quite agree, MMA. And Philip Montoya. Brains always beats brawn. Braun. Means strength. In this case, the lion became more successful in hunting its prey by using its brain to get its prey than actually hunting them. So, let's change, guys and girls. So, let's try some questions, some easy questions. Rizgar, so, on. The fox tricked the lion with aplomb, which isn't easy to do. I like that use of aplomb. Rizgar, logical calculation. While seeing how the beasts get in, we do not see how they get out. Absolutely. Logical deduction. So, good evening again. It's easy to enter a trap, but not easy to escape from there. So, nice to see you again. I'm sure it's 3 o'clock in the morning in Vietnam. So, some questions. First question. 3 out of 10 is a pass or a fail? 3 out of 10 is a pass or a fail? 3 out of 10 is a pass or a fail? Well, it depends the exam, but normally. Yeah. Yes, you're right. It should be a W hand. Thank you. So, 3 out of 10 is a pass or a fail. 3 out of 10 is a pass or a fail. Fail. That's it, Ben. Yeah? So, 3 out of 10 is a pass or a fail. So, let me put the question here. It's a fail, it's a fail. Absolutely, Kira, Renyard, Boyka. But you see, I think you've all passed this test very well. Ha! A pass. It depends on the exam. Let's try another one like this then. Okay, next one's easy. Name a famous shipwreck. Yeah. Name a. So, Lavinia, you have an exam and you get 3 marks out of a possible 10. Normally, that means you fail the exam. Yes. So, name a famous shipwreck. Name a famous shipwreck. Name a famous shipwreck. And Ben, and Count Beauty, and Kira, and Helena. Ooh, Ben, I like that. The Mary Rose. That's a ship from Henry VIII, sunk in about 1500. The Titanic, yes. My space station. Okay, yes. And let's try. So that was quite easy, wasn't it? Okay, and next one. What do you get if you spell team backwards? What do you get if you spell team backwards? What do you get if you spell team backwards? There. QE1, I think it did sink as well. Robinson's Crusoe ship. So, what do you get if you spell team backwards? Yeah, what do you get if you spell team backwards? Well done, Ben and Beauty, and Elena, and Han, and Kira. So, MEAT, but that'll do fine. Well done. So, meet, and Mike, and Abash, and Ben and Nora, meet. So, what do you get if you spell team backwards? Well, you get meet. Meet, exactly, Rainyard. So not mate, meet, Elena. Yeah? So I think that's enough for today. Well done, PS. I will see you all next week. I hope you all stay healthy and stay well and don't have any problems with this virus. And I will be here next week. You've been a wonderful group as always. Thank you so much for coming. Thank you for all your participation, which is really wonderful. So there's Lizzie with fail. Okay, it tells me how much lag you've got. So, thank you all. I will see you next week. Bye bye.